Welcome back to the channel, hey. Welcome back to the channel, hey. And welcome to another video. Welcome to another video. So we are back in the studio. Technically it's a studio, it's like unofficially, but it's still a studio in a sense. So welcome back to the channel, welcome back to today's video, and by the title you already know we're gonna get into. Today we will be ranking championships across the 7 major wrestling promotions. So with that being said, in any type of sense, I think this might be my first ranking video, but regardless of that, in any sense, we do have rules and regulations. Now, with the 7 companies that we're going to be choosing in terms of the main ones on the forefront, it will be AAA, Ring of Honor, NWA, WWE, TNA, New Japan Pro Wrestling, and AEW. Now the rankings will be decided off of quality, size, pretty much my own basis and what I like, and of course the shapes and things of that nature, the exquisiteness. So we're not going to be considering the history when it comes to the factory, the outside things. We're not considering it. So the legacy of the belt is not going to be factored in. So that's exactly what that means. And on top of that, when it comes down to, let's say, one-off titles for, let's say, specific characters or specific wrestlers in this case, we're not including those, right? So for example, the MWF Burberry Championship, that's not being included. It's not included. Don't ask me about it. That goes the same with other titles like the Daniel Bryan World Championship, like the Rock's title, the Brahma Bull, the Smoking Skull. Any one of those one-off championships we're not considering here. We're not. They were custom for that superstar only. We're going to leave it at that. So in last place, we're going to start from last to, of course, best. In last place at number 7, we have the Ring of Honor World Championship. Now, this championship, I never really liked the silver. For the ECW version of, the WWE version of ECW, it was okay, but it still gave a mid-card feel. A world championship is gold. It's just gold. It just is. It just is. Now, Ring of Honor previously had another version of the World Championship belt. I'll put it up here if I recall, but it looks beautiful. It looks beautiful. But the newer version, or this version under AEW, hey, that belt gotta be changed. That belt is horrible. It looks too similar to the tag titles. It looks too similar to the Pure Championship, and with that, the television championship looks better than both of them. Or should I say all 3, because it's 3. It's not. That's how similar they look. Now coming in at 6, we have the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. Now this is not an ugly belt by any means. It's just there's a size issue with it. There's a size issue with it. Now the shape of it is exquisite. It's unique, but the size issue when it's compared to other wrestlers, it's kind of a, I hate to say a mid-card size, but it's not. The world title is big, it's grand, it's a top prize, it's that big piece of shiny gold that you want, and that's not what the NWA title really gives me in that sense. It's not a bad title, it's not an ugly title, but the shape of it just gives me mid-card vibes. Not talking about legacy, not talking historically, just saying it's just how it comes off. Next up at number 5, we got the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. So obviously New Japan. When it comes to this championship, it's not bad either. It's not ugly. It's not. And there's not a size issue with this one. So that's differentiated from the NWA title. It's more so, it doesn't look as grand as its predecessor. The previous the previous New Japan Pro Wrestling World Championship. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Yo, that's hard. That was wonderful, wasn't it? I just got a preference. It reminds me of Jeff Hardy's Enigma belt. It reminds me of that belt, and it's just like, it's kind of like, it feels like a custom variation, not really a world title for a brand. That's just my perspective. At number 4, we have the WWE Undisputed Championship. Now, it took a little bit of getting used to when it comes to the mustard yellow. I'll be honest, or the mustard gold if you want to say. But overall, this title, there's not a size issue. I think the size is perfect, honestly. There's not many complaints I have with it. It's really, I guess, kind of generic, but it has to have that company logo on the forefront. So now coming in third, we almost at the top of the list. Coming in third, we have the AEW World Championship. Now this one runs quite large. This is not a small belt. This is a large belt. It's a big belt. And from the materials to the patterns and the way, like I don't know if it's silver, but I'm gonna just say silver for the sake of it. The silver complements the gold. It's just, it's a beautiful belt. Beautiful belt. The plates and how they're shaped is very unique as well. It's not something that I would gravitate to per se. It's not my favorite shape, but it's nice. It's a wonderful belt, but it's not in the top 2. That's just how it is. And now we are at the top 2, in which it is a 2-way tie, and I'll explain why. So we have AAA and TNA. Now with the AAA Wrestling Latin Championship, it is beautiful. The shape of the belt, the incorporations when it comes to the plate, the material, I have no complaints. The belt is beautiful. Now, technically for me, because of preference and, you know, trying to be, I'm trying to be unbiased here, but you know, it's all bias. The TNA World Championship has always been my favorite championship, if I'm being honest. In terms of design, I don't think it's ever been topped, especially that Sting edition. I think it was the 2010 Sting edition specifically. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. That belt. That's a beautiful belt. Now the current belt that they have, the only issue I have with it might be like the colorway, you know, the red, but that's their branding. That's their brand. Hey, it's just their branding. But when it comes to the build of that belt, to me, it's the best belt around today. It's the best championship around today. So that's the end of this video. It's gone on long enough and I already got to edit this down. So you let me know what you think is the best championships or the best championship in all professional wrestling. And on that note, I'm going to catch you in the next one, whenever that is, and y'all take care and enjoy the rest of y'all day. Hey, I appreciate y'all, and thank you once again. I know I said in the previous video, for 200 subs. Take care. Baby girl lost me, it ain't capping the slightest. She say I just be like a Midas. When we walk in the room, we the brightest. Different topics, but I'm steady vibing. In the mud, but I better stay striving. With the family, I'll always be thriving. Creepy steps, but I cannot quit climbing. Know your circle before